have times where we feel like a hot mess. Yes, am I right? Right here. Jenny is here to share 3 tips to help us stay focused and organized. Jenny, great to see you. Welcome back. We haven't seen you in a minute.
I've missed you guys, and I'm so excited to be here and talk about this today.
Well, you're such our professional. You are a go-to for organization. Now, let's talk about the first piece of advice you have.
Okay, so the first thing, if you're feeling like a hot mess, is to remember that you are not alone. Everyone has messy times in their lives. You know, we live in a world where it's just so easy to hide the mess, you know, like on Instagram, you don't see just what's outside the picture of that perfect home. You know, dirty dishes, crying toddler, Zoom calls. They say research says it's almost 40% that people are wearing pajama bottoms underneath the professional thing that you see. So yeah, it's really easy to hide the mess. And as a professional organizer and a coach, I see behind the curtains, and I know that even people who look like they're totally put together, they have the mess behind it all. So, and the thing that's hard is everyone tends to think everyone's got it together. What's wrong with me? Everybody else has figured it out, and it's just not true.
Right.
I think it's really good for viewers at home to know that you, we all have moments where we look at ourselves and think, hot mess.
Even Jenny, the professional organizer. Yes.
Especially me.
Yes.
But because I'm human, you know, and it's just where none of us are doing anything wrong. It's just life is messy. But the important thing is not to define ourselves by the mess.
Ooh, I like that. Don't define yourself, because we're all in it.
Right.
Okay, what's the second piece?
Okay, so the second thing is to reject that hot mess identity. So I know we kind of laugh a little bit when we say it, but the problem is that deep down, there's a little part of us that wonders, maybe it's true, maybe something really is wrong with me. So when we think things like that, it's like our mind is blazing a trail to the idea that we have something wrong with us. And so the more often we think hot mess, the more we kind of start to embody it. So it's really important to just interrupt that thought process with a new thought. Just reject, I'm not a hot mess, and then have a new tune, a new tone, a new phrase at the ready, something that's gonna roll off your tongue that's like, I'm perfectly imperfect, right? Or I'm getting better and better all the time.
Oh, that's so good. Perfectly imperfect.
Right.
Yes.
I know that's hard. It may not feel true, but it actually is so important, because the more often you say that, it's like planting a seed, and that seed grows every time you tell yourself that till you start to believe it. And that's where you can really start to shift that hot mess mentality.
Oh, that's so good, Jenny. Okay, what's the third?
Okay, so this is where I love being a professional organizer and a mindset coach, because once we clean things up here with the way we're talking about ourselves, then we want to do something to shift our environment so that it starts to reflect what we're starting to think. So take a shower, do the dishes, go for a walk, spend some time with your family, whatever you need to do to just shift that energy, because it is just magic when you start to give yourself the grace to say, I'm having a human moment. Then you start to shift that thought into what you want to create, like I'm doing better and better, and then you make a transformation in your environment or in your body. That is when we start to see things really start to change, and you really start to do better in your life.
I love that, Jenny. Start here. Let's start in our brains and kind of cleanse that, and then we can move to other things we want to do. Jenny, if we want more information, where can we follow you?
So come see me at thehappygal.com or on Instagram or Facebook at JL The Happy Gal.
You're awesome. Thanks for all the tips. Great to see you.
Yeah, thank you so much.